everyone, it's your wonderful host Darius, and we're back with another episode of Your Perspective. Please like, leave comments, and please do not forget to click that subscribe button. So, for the first time ever, we have our first married couple on the show who'll be guest starring. Today's guest, we have the wonderful Jayda and her husband Noah. Thank you guys for doing the show for me. It means a lot.
Yeah,
Of
of
course.
course. We're really excited.
Thank you. And do you mind telling the viewers how long you guys been dating and been married for?
Yes, so we've been together. Actually, today is our 10th year together.
Congratulations.
And
Happy
thank you.
anniversary.
Thank you. And we actually just got officially married September 1st, 2024.
Okay. I got
Yeah.
married last year, oh goodness, May 25th last year.
Okay,
Yay, I
awesome.
love
So, yeah,
it. That's
thank you.
awesome. Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you. So today we're going to be discussing the true meaning of marriage from the point of view of both Jade and Noah. So before we get started with today's topic, I do want to hear how you guys got engaged and proposed. If you don't mind sharing a story with me.
Yeah, so
You want me to tell it since I'm the one
yeah,
who did the
we were
proposing?
together for 9 years,
Yeah,
Oh my
so
goodness.
well, not too much of a difference, but yeah. So it was just a super long time. The reason we waited, I just kept making excuses for, let's get the life stuff in order.
You're
Let's
right.
get more money in the savings.
Hmm.
Let's do this and that. And I realized, just take care of it first, and then all that
Right.
stuff will come later. So, went and did it. One of her favorite places in the world is Cherry Grove Beach.
Okay.
So I set up, kind of back there in the dunes, like a little picnic, had the dogs running
Oh, that's
around, music playing,
yeah.
the whole proposal. Her nieces were in town, her family as well. So it was awesome. Had a little picnic afterwards. So that was a good time. And we got married almost in the exact same spot, actually. So,
oh my
Yeah.
goodness, that's really cute.
Yeah,
That's
and
symbolic. So that's really good.
yeah, basically my mom and my dad and was like, "Oh, do you want to go to the beach after work today?" And I was like, "Yeah, the nieces are in town. We pretty much do something every single night when they're
Yeah.
here." So it just was like, "Okay, let's do it." So I was coming from work and it was just really cute. And he had like rose petals on the
Oh.
blanket and it was my blanket that my grandma had made for
Oh
me.
my
So,
goodness.
yeah, it was just a lot
It's
of
like really
just
thought
things that
out.
came together. Yeah. And that's really what
Okay,
I
no.
wanted. I was very, yes, but I was very clear about what I wanted. I'm like,
Hmm.
I don't want just some random, like, moment. I wanted it to be very
Right.
special.
Memorable.
So he did good.
Right.
not like a sporting
Right.
event or something like that.
No, I would have been like, all these people, no, like, that's not me. I'm more of like the family, like, that's,
Hmm. I'm the
that's
same
like
way.
where I'm at. I love my family, so it was nice that he included
Yes.
that.
Yes. That's amazing. I love that
Yeah.
story.
I don't know, but what
So,
about you? Can you share your
yeah.
little engagement story real quick?
Yes, so I moved to Charlotte like probably 2 years ago.
Okay.
So before I moved in, we went to like a work meeting with one of his coworkers,
Okay.
but it was a lie. So you know the Duke Mansion?
Yeah.
So he took me there, and I never knew it was like a like you can stay there. I thought it was like a wedding venue. So
Ooh.
I had got flustered and nervous because like what's going on? Like I see a lot of cars here because I will faint and like front of everybody. 'Cause I'm very shy.
Yeah.
So we had got out and then we went to the room and he got on one knee and proposed and like I cried and he cried.
Yay. So
So
it was
yes,
secluded and private, just how you wanted it.
yes,
I love
yes.
it. That's so sweet. I love a good lie.
Right. And then last year we had also engagement party down
Oh,
here, so we
yay.
invited
That's
everybody to come
awesome.
down, celebrate
That's
with us.
awesome. So that was
Thank
really
you.
special.
Yes.
I love it. That's
And
cool.
also, he's from Missouri, so his family came down as well too. So that was really like a good thing for them to do.
Yeah, so
Okay.
everybody was together.
Exactly.
Meeting of everybody.
Right.
I love it. That's cute.
Thank you. So let's get into today's first question.
Yeah.
What do you think, in your own words, from both of you guys, the true meaning of marriage?
So I'll go first. I would say, first of all, I never thought I would be married. Like,
Me and you
honestly,
both. Me
like,
and you
I
both.
was like, I hate marriage. Like, let me just, do my thing.
Mm-hmm.
But we just kind of like stayed together and it was just
Mm-hmm.
perfect. Like, he showed me what true love is and, made me feel comfortable enough to like let my
Yes.
guard down and be open to that situation. So I would say that alone tells a lot about what marriage means to me because
Right.
it is a commitment. I feel like it's basically a commitment to the other person that you'll
Mm-hmm.
always be there for them,
No matter
whether
what. Right.
it's, yeah, no matter what. Like if that person's maybe feeling 20%, I know I need to come with the
Right.
80. So
Right. Exactly.
that's kind of how it is for us. We kind of work together. It's basically just our lives together and just remembering in the back of our mind that we're not just one person anymore. We do have a partner for life that we need to take into account to all of our decisions.
I love
And
that.
yeah, I think just spending time together, basically accepting the other person for
Person,
everything
right.
that they are.
Exactly. Doing it.
No, I agree with all that. I think it's also about kind of building the future that you want. So
Hmm.
really finding that person that supports you, loves you for you, is with you through all the change.
Right.
That's something that I really appreciate about our relationship is we've been probably 3 or 4 different versions of each other,
Exactly.
but stayed with each other through and through, and we'll be 20 different versions of each other by the
You should
time
tell
it's
her.
all said and done. So really just kind of building, and really just all the stuff she said is just kind of accepting everything, being there, extra when the
Hmm.
other person needs it, all that good stuff.
I agree because I feel like the average person doesn't realize like each year is a new season for somebody, so like they eventually would change. You have to just adapt to that
Yes.
person.
And that's such a thing that I think people need to understand about marriage is that nobody is ever going to stay the same.
Right.
Some people change, like you said, every year is a new season. Like we go
Hmm.
through things every year that change who we are. So you have to be willing to accept anything that life may throw at you, within
Got you.
reason, of course,
Exactly.
no cheating, unless
Right.
y'all are open, that's
Yeah.
up to y'all. But, like just non negotiables. But,
Hmm.
really people can change a lot. And if you are thinking of marrying somebody, you need to think of if this person changes, is that a deal breaker
Okay
or,
or not. Right.
that kind of thing. Because I've seen that in other relationships where it's like
Me too.
they can't handle the change. And, it makes me sad, but I feel like you have to be ready for that because it does
Hmm.
happen. And, you never know when it will or
I
what
agree.
happens to affect that person.
I totally agree. And my next question is like, what do you think it takes to stay married to somebody?
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah, like, what do you guys think it takes to stay married? Like, to like, I feel like I could put it in words.
Yeah.
So you know how someone can get married? I feel like okay, so like a lot of people they want to get married just for the wedding, but not
Yeah.
actually enjoy the marriage. So like, what do you think it takes
Yeah.
to stay married?
Yeah, well, I mean, we're not super far into marriage, like she said, not even 1 year into the official marriage, but a decade-long relationship. I think it's just kind of
Right.
touching
Yeah.
what we said earlier, just kind of being accepting and being there, and having those standards, having those preset things that you talk about, the non-negotiables. Just being ready for all that life throws at you, because it just
I agree.
keeps getting crazier as the years go along.
Yeah,
So being ready
I
for
agree.
all
Yeah.
that, and then just being ready for all those seasons, like you guys said.
I agree.
Yeah.
Cause I know. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, no, go ahead.
I was just going to say, like, I definitely think it's important to talk about those non negotiables in the
Hmm.
beginning. Like, y'all need to be aligned on certain things
Yes.
because you don't want it to come up when y'all are in public and it hit
Hmm.
y'all, like, off guard. Which I don't really think there's ever been a crazy time that happened to us, but I could see where, like, y'all need to be, well, we need to be like a united front and we need
Like
to
one,
discuss
pretty
things
much. Yeah.
exactly, discuss things behind closed doors so that if we are brought to a situation in public or within our family, we can know we're making a good decision and we're,
Hmm.
we're thinking of both sides to that. So I think that's something a lot of people don't think about either is that, and it's fine to have different views, but I feel
Hmm.
like you have to be able to respect each other's view and
Other views.
respective opinions because you're not going to like the same thing. You're not going to enjoy the same thing. So
Right.
I think that's another thing about staying together is, compromise,
Hmm.
making
Yes.
sure that that person's happy, you're happy, etc.
I agree because I know me and his name is Nick with Dominic.
Yeah.
We had did couples therapy before we got married.
Yeah, we did
And
too.
like see yes, I think that helps a lot. And I feel like a
Yeah.
lot of people should do that before they get married because like it helps a lot. The very knowledge you get to like the tools how to maneuver with each other. It's very knowledgeable and can like help in the future.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, I think it's great. And I would say therapy in general is great.
Hmm. I
Counseling is
agree.
really great
Yes.
to just expand as a person and be who you truly are. There are things that people need to work through, and I think there's a stigma around marriage and mental
Hmm.
health that there
Yes.
shouldn't be. But I feel like therapy is so important. And so when you are entering a new life and becoming one, I think it's one of the things where like it's worth it. Like the
I
little bit
agree.
it costs, the little bit of uncomfortability with finding a therapist, talking that person, letting them into your relationship a little bit. I feel like it's definitely worth it because they bring up things that you might not have thought of. And they,
Hmm.
if you have something, you've been like, well, what about this? They can help you through it, you know? So we enjoyed it. At least I did.
I agree. Yes, I agree. So my third question I have is like, so what advice would you give? So let's say I'm currently engaged, I'm getting married soon. What advice would you give me to prepare for marriage?
Go first.
I don't know. I've heard it. So we did our wedding a little like differently. So we
Yeah.
got married technically, like I said, on the beach, really private, just like parents, photographer, officiant. But we had a separate party where we invited everyone and
Our
kind of
reception.
celebrated like a reception.
Okay,
So we had
yes.
those two separate days. And everyone said that was a fantastic idea, and I can say I can't
Mm-hmm.
imagine doing both of those things
At
on
the same
the same
at the same
day
time.
because
Right.
it always goes wrong. You're always scrambling and troubleshooting and everything.
I agree,
So
yes.
that would be one thing that I liked about us. Just make sure you're really ready. That's the other thing.
I
You
agree.
got to think about all the possible futures, like you said, all the changes. Are you ready
Mm-hmm.
to commit to that other person, and do you have the same goals? And I think
Right.
touching on what y'all said about different, like beliefs about certain things. I think the core values and how you want to treat other people and what you want for your future. I think those are the most important things to have in common.
Yeah.
When
I
deciding
agree.
who to choose as
Definitely.
a
Yes.
permanent life partner.
I agree.
Yeah, you don't want to be out in public and your partner's like embarrassing you, treating the way
Right.
kind of bad, and
Right.
you're just sitting there like,
Well,
why are
you
you
do
doing
embarrass your partner a
this?
good bit.
Of
That's
course,
all.
yeah,
I mean, yeah, you
But
do.
not
Yeah,
being
you
a
do.
but
butthole,
not but not disrespecting people. You don't want to be like, oh my gosh, I cannot stand
Right. Like,
it. We all been with one of those friends, and you're just like,
yeah.
"Oh,
Oh
I'm
goodness.
sorry,
Yeah.
thank you." You're
Right.
like,
Here
thank
we
you
go.
so much, trying to make up for the
Mm-hmm.
awkwardness.
And my last question I have for today is, how do you guys envision your life together for the next 10 years?
I'll start this time.
Sure. I would say we're very much in a phase of our life, in a season of our life where we're trying to build.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say that we definitely want to build a family. So we definitely want to start a family of our own.
I love
And
that.
we have two dogs already, our fur babies,
I
Spin
have
and
three.
Momo. Yeah, see, so I feel like I'm already ready. I have
Right.
three nieces, and I'm the bougie auntie right now.
Mm-hmm.
So everything's just preparing me, and we're really good with kids, so we definitely
Mm-hmm.
see that as a potential, well, as a want. And then
Right.
I would say definitely just growing. And then we've been really working on finding people that have the same ideology as us. Not
Mm-hmm.
exactly the same, but we want people that are at least willing to lift themselves up.
Thumbs up.
We
Right.
really cannot, be drugged down. We don't have
Mm-hmm.
time
I
to
agree.
like backtrack. So we're really trying to just find people that want to be successful,
That's
whatever
cool.
that is. And I love that you're doing the podcast and
Thank
everything,
you.
because this is the kind of stuff that like it's gonna change your life.
Thank
You know what
you.
I'm saying?
Thank you.
Like opening up the new perspective, sharing everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the kind of thing that I think everyone should be looking into, different avenues, different streams of income. We're trying to
Right.
build a nice life. And honestly,
Right.
we didn't really have a lot of money growing up. Neither of our families, we weren't
Mm.
well off. But I would say, like, we definitely want to be in a place where we can give our kids everything they deserve and everything they want, and need. So that's kind of where I want to be in 10 years, is just kind of successful and honestly just happy overall.
Right. I would just say, I would just say to add to that, it's not where you've been, it's where you're going. That's all that matters.
Exactly. Exactly. Just breaking generational
Or show curses.
curses, trauma, all that stuff. Again, therapy, that kind of thing. So I just
Right.
think, growing as a person and being the best person you can be. Nobody's
Mm-hmm.
perfect, but I feel like if you're trying to be better and always looking at that next step, I feel like that's the type of people we want to be around.
Be around.
We're putting our energy into those friendships and those, relationships.
I love that.
Yeah.
It
Anything you want to
was
add?
it was 10 years, right?
Yeah, 10
Yeah.
years today.
Yeah. Basically, that just kind of like really, I'd say we're doing pretty well in the careers for
Yeah.
where we're at. So keep grinding at that, keep excelling, keep building. That way, like we can afford the lifestyle and the opportunities for the
Right.
kids and all that, all the good stuff that you really want to work for. So just kind of doing that, like she said, family stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, just you're always getting better and growing and improving as a person.
Exactly.
So, just keep up more of the same.
I agree. So before we conclude this episode, any final thoughts from you guys?
Just to kind of put back like into what the last question was, I know one thing that Noah wants to do and one thing that I want to do is we each want to take our families on a vacation. We've never really been able to do that, and nobody's ever really done that for our families. So that's just one of the things we want to do, is like something like that, to where we're using our success to treat the people around us that have got us.
I love that. Yes.
So that's another thing, is like it definitely does take a village. Like
I do.
That's another thing I wanted to say, is that we definitely speak about having time with our friends and stuff too, because when we're together, there's certain things that I like to do, certain things he likes to do, but a lot of times, I'm the girl, so a lot of times we're doing a lot of stuff I like, and I'm like, well, let's do something, sporty. But, that's why it's important to have time with your friends, because his friends are more into that. We were talking about this on our last trip we just took, and my friends are more into what I'm into, like craft and all that kind of stuff. So I feel like not just like isolating you and your partner into, each other's spaces. I feel like you definitely need time apart. Like,
right, that level, like level ground, fine.
Exactly. I feel like that's so important, and sometimes people don't get that. And it is nice to spend time with your favorite person, of course, but I feel like it is healthy to also take a step back and spend time doing things, even if it's just by yourself. It doesn't have to be with friends. Even if you just take time to do stuff by yourself, whether it's crafting, playing video game, whatever it is, spa day, like whatever you like to do most. So that's another thing. I feel like a lot of people are always on top of each other, and I just see where that kind of gets to be a problem, because it's like
eventually,
we probably went through
time.
Yeah,
we did. We did. And we noticed like, we were bored a little bit, and we were like, hey, like, what are we doing? Yeah, so it's definitely important.
I did too.
Like,
you had to learn the same ways.
Yeah, like when you're off, like maybe you shouldn't like be doing the same thing. Like maybe one day, we have 2 days off, so maybe one day we're doing something together, the other day we're doing something with a friend or friend.
That's what we do.
Yeah, so it works for us. Yeah, you need it. I mean, you can't be around somebody. You got to think about the rest of your life. Like,
right.
Hopefully, we're going to be around till we're like 80 at least.
We will.
Yeah.
We will.
And, we're going to be together that long. So I feel like we'll have time together. It's okay. We'll spend time together for 50 years,
Right.
Yeah.
But thank you guys so much for doing this for me. It means a lot.
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much for giving us the opportunity.
Of course. Well, and guess what? You guys are season finale, so this is it. Like, I'm done until season 2. So say the best for last. But thank you. Have a good Usher night.
You too. Bye.
Thanks. Bye, guys. Bye-bye. Hi everyone, we've officially reached the 10 episode mark of Your Perspective, which means we all got to hear 10 different perspectives with unique stories. With that being said, this is the season finale of season 1 of Your Perspective. Hosting this show and having the opportunity to sit down with many different guests and having those same guests be open and verbal with me to share experiences and life stories has been very liberating. This show would not have been a show without the subscribers, the viewers, and more importantly, the guests. But with that being said, we've also been renewed for season 2 of Your Perspective by yours truly, which will be airing next year, 2026. So here's to your beliefs, your experiences, your own voice, and more importantly, your perspective. I have a feeling you'll be seeing me soon.